Welcome back, my friends. Welcome, FaceCam. It's been about 9 months since my last video, and I think it's time for a channel update and retrospective. A review of my goals for the channel, my aspirations, how I think that's going, update status on Darksiders 2 and Obra Dinn, and what changes and new projects are on the horizon. Some of these I may have mentioned in other videos, but I'd like to go over them again just to detail all of my current thoughts and provide all of this information in a single video. I don't have any interesting footage for this, so you can minimize it, put it in a background tab, whatever. You're not going to miss anything. Except my face, I guess. That's new. So, let's talk about my channel. Why did I start it? What do I want it to be? And how is that going? I created my YouTube account in 2006. And I call it an account because this was long before the concept of a channel ever existed. I had no intention of creating content at that time. I had the account to mark my favorite videos, create playlists, leave comments, you know, all the standard kind of YouTube consumption stuff. A couple years later, it was a useful place for me to post tutorial videos for a community I was a part of at the time. But I still had no intention of growing it as a channel, of producing content for YouTube. That changed in 2011 or so. This was around the height of Let's Plays. And I said, you know what? I like playing games. I like watching people play games. Maybe people would like to watch me play games. And so I did the same thing that the channels that I watched at the time did. I started recording myself playing games, talking over them, not necessarily about anything specific, and just kind of giving my own take on whatever game I was playing. I tried to push out a video once or twice a week and just kind of keep that going. Also, I was in college and recording Let's Plays was way more interesting than doing schoolwork. Not my smartest move, admittedly, but oh well. I did that fairly regularly for 3 years almost, and that sounds crazy to me now. Posting videos regularly for 3 years is... I can barely go 1 year now, but anyway. That continued through February 2014 or so. It was when I posted my last Darksiders 2 video. So, you know, why did I stop? Why did I take a break? And there were a couple reasons for that. The biggest one was Darksiders 2 itself. I wasn't really happy with my commentary on the game. Darksiders 2 was so much bigger than Darksiders 1, and it wasn't obviously that way when I started playing it, but that's something that I kind of came to a realization about as we were going through, and then when I got through the first hub world, it kind of exploded out, and I was already running out of things to say and just kind of making random little stream of thought comments here and there, and that game isn't fast-paced enough for that kind of commentary. That worked really well for Corridor 7, but not for Darksiders 2. So why didn't I pick up another game and start going with that? Well, ultimately, I didn't have a goal for the channel. I didn't have any kind of aspiration, anything that I was trying to achieve. Publishing videos was just a hobby, and it was something that I could succeed at in a time when I felt like I was failing at everything else. So I debated a lot about what I wanted to do. Did I want to push through and keep doing Darksiders 2? Did I want to switch to a different game? If I switched, what game should I go with? And I delayed and I delayed, and the longer I went without publishing another video, the more difficult it was for me to make a video. I wanted it to... that bar kept getting higher and higher, and it was a lot easier for me to just not. Fast forward to 2019. There have been multiple games that I've been wanting to play, but I haven't. Simply because I thought they would make an excellent series, and if I could just start up YouTube again, I could play through and share that, and it would be excellent. And I was still stumped on what to do about my channel, and it felt weird. I didn't have the motivation to do the whole setup and do a schedule and all that. But I said, you know what? If I don't make a video, I'm not going to make a video. So I should just start. Just pick one of the games, play it, record it, and get back in. And once the ball's rolling, I'll get back into practice and it'll get easier. So I started the Oberdin. So that's what I did. I started the Oberdin series. I didn't have a lot of confidence about how well it would turn out, but I said, you know what? Something's better than nothing. So, and I think that was the right call. I think it got that ball rolling, and it got me back a little bit. I do think Oberdin probably was not the best game to start with. I think the gameplay of Oberdin is not what I was expecting it to be. It's a lot of scouring through all the different little vignettes and trying to run lines of thought to logic all of this stuff together. It's not as straightforward. I was hoping it would be more like Sentinel, where you find your puzzle and you have to look around for clues and logic to understand the puzzle, but then it's just a matter of solving it. And that's not what Oberdin was. Also, it was a royal pain to record. OBS hates that game. Hates it. Every video I felt like I was running into video corruption issues, and then because when I've been recording other games before, I've been using Fraps to record footage and Audacity to record audio, and Fraps isn't a thing anymore. And I said, well, OBS can do multi-channel audio, so why not just do it all in one program, so I don't have to maintain multiple programs and sync audio files and this and that. Great idea, and the process I will use going forward, but I was running into audio problems, the mixing was off, and it was just a huge pain to deal with. And then on top of that, I was severely out of practice. I don't like most of my commentary throughout the Oberdin series. It's okay. It's not as bad as the Darksiders 2 commentary, but I don't think it was a quality performance for me. But all of those issues aside, the Oberdin series, and the reason it ultimately kind of hit that end point and you didn't see any more videos after that, it had the same problem that I had before in 2014, which is I still had no goal. I was playing and recording Oberdin because I wanted to play and record videos, not because I had any goal for this channel, or I wasn't trying to achieve anything. I was recording because I wanted to come back, and that's not enough to keep that motivation there. And unlike before, 2011 through 2014, I'm not in the same mind space I was in then. I'm not actively seeking that distraction from my life anymore. So, I would do kind of these bigger play sessions where I would record 3 or 4 hours of gameplay footage and then cut that up into episodes, and that's what you would get one a week. And ultimately, it wasn't enough to keep me motivated to keep playing. So, where does that leave me now? So over the past 9 months, since that last Oberdin episode, I've been thinking about this a lot and trying to figure out, what do I want to do, not just as my next game, as my next video, but what do I want to do with this channel as a whole? And I think I do have a goal now. I do have something I want to do with this channel. Before I get into that, let me just detail a couple things on the currently running series. Darksiders 2 is effectively canceled. I'm not going to pick that back up. I do still have the save file in case I ever change my mind, and we'll pick up where we left off. But as of right now, I'm not planning on finishing that. For Oberdin, I do plan on finishing that. We're right at the end. We filled out the book, we got everything right, and we just have to return to shore and give it to the guy. So I want to finish that series, do a final episode, and then do a series retrospective on that. And give that one a proper send-off. Yeah. So, what is my newfound goal? What do I want to achieve with this channel going forward? I would like to use this channel to promote creativity, both in myself and in others, in my viewers, in you. I want to use this channel to maintain my motivation as I'm working on and hopefully completing my side projects, my personal projects. Use it to keep up my motivation on that, and hopefully to encourage you to do the same and to nurture your personal projects and maintain motivation on those as well. So to do that, I'm going to be making some changes. First, I want this channel to be more personal. I want it to be more about me and less about the games I'm playing. I want to build a community around my own interests, and I want to hopefully spark those interests in others. So, firstly, every video that I make, well, probably every video, maybe not every video, but most videos, we'll do the face cam. And we'll see how that goes. It feels weird for me doing this, but I think it's good. It helps me connect with you guys a little bit better. I might also post some vlog type videos just to share my headspace on certain topics. That's not the main kind of content that I'm planning on doing, but it's something I'd like to explore and have the option there for. 2, my main content for this channel, we're going to shift away from Let's Plays. I still enjoy playing games, although I don't play games as much as I used to. But unless there's a game where I have a lot to say about it and I want to do kind of a critical analysis of it, which in that case I may post a playthrough, but otherwise I think in terms of achieving this goal of promoting creativity, just me playing a game doesn't work towards that. So if we're moving away from Let's Plays, what are we moving to? And the answer is I would like to start posting showcases of my personal projects, as well as software and game development tutorials, and walking through kind of some of that and what my process is there. I'm sure I've said this in a few videos, but I'm a software engineer by trade, and I'd like to put that. I'd like to share some of that with you. I think the third big thing is the schedule. I've tried doing multiple videos a week. I've tried doing one video a week. And every time I try to put a schedule on this channel, it starts to feel like a chore. It starts feeling like, I've burned through my backlog and I need to play this game. I don't necessarily feel like playing this game, but I need to play this game so that I can have more content. And then that leads to it not being enjoyable. That leads to me getting burnt out. And that's where these long hiatuses come from. So there's not going to be a schedule. No schedule going forward. But instead, I think I want to try posting videos at milestones for my projects. Regular little update videos, not necessarily on a schedule, but whenever I have something to show. They could be short, maybe less than a minute. They could be long, maybe 20 minutes. I don't know. But my theory is whenever I'm working on something, whenever I have something to show, I'll record a video and show it off. And hopefully that will help keep me motivated to not necessarily feel like I have to get something done, but it keeps me excited in showing off what I've built and seeing what you all think of it and getting that feedback. That's interesting. And so then that motivation will help me work on it more, which will produce more output so I can make more videos and just kind of self-reinforce that way. We'll see how it goes. Gameplay footage is not going away entirely. Like I said, there may still be certain cases where I do Let's Plays, and I do really like the idea of hanging out with you all and enjoying these games together. I've loved reading the comments that I've gotten from you, and I don't want that to go away. So I'm considering maybe doing the occasional Twitch stream. We can play games. I can interact with you directly in chat. And then if we do that, I'll post the VODs from that on here as well. And who knows, maybe we'll finish Darksiders 2 that way. If you have any suggestions for specific games that you'd like to see or that you think would work really well, post them in the comments. I don't have any plan on timeline for that right now, or what game I'll do when I do that, but anything you post, I'll absolutely consider that in the running. As of right now, this channel has about 60 subscribers or so, and to those people, I say thank you. Very, very, very thank you. You are the spark that keeps me coming back to YouTube and trying again, and my motivation may wane and I'll disappear for long periods of time, but you're the reason that I keep wanting to do this. Knowing that you're there and interested in seeing what comes next and seeing what I'm interested in keeps me interested. That said, I recognize that this channel is going to change pretty significantly going forward, and if you're not interested in that new direction and you decide that you'd rather unsubscribe, I completely understand, and I wish you all the best. To those who do not unsubscribe, to those who keep following me on this journey, I look forward to building a community with you, to having great conversations, more direct interaction with you, to getting to share my knowledge and skill sets, and empowering your creativity and seeing what projects you come up with and getting to see that, maybe even showcasing some of that on my channel, and I look forward to meeting new people that join us in this journey for creativity. That was a lot of talking. Please let me know your thoughts. Do you like the new direction that the channel's going in? Are there certain things you'd like to see or topics you'd like to hear about? Any questions, concerns, anything, leave it in the comments. I read and appreciate every comment from every person. And constructive and critical feedback, completely welcome as well. If you enjoyed this video or are excited about the new direction the channel's going in, do me a favor, hit that like button. That's the best way to support this channel and this journey. And if not, that's okay. There's a dislike button there too. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time.